talk with us?
Absolutely, yeah, of course. I'm here for that.
Yeah, we are actually from, our company's called Music for Today. We write music for film and TV.
Oh, really?
We're educating other up-and-comers how we do our music, and we're starting to get into software tutorials on specifically with different DAWs, different software applications, EQ plugins, instruments, all different kinds of things.
That's so cool.
And you know, a lot of us that we work with love your stuff. I personally have over half the Slate stuff, but that's a different topic. We're here to talk about AirEQ today.
Awesome.
And is this your company, Eiosis?
Absolutely. So I'm obviously I'm business partner with Steven, and we have a lot of things coming up with Slate Digital, as always, with the best quality possible. And this is my company. Then I'm gonna do some plugins and some other things too. And you know, it's a different philosophy, and we try to innovate and to come up with new things like we did for the AirEQ definitely.
Awesome. We actually came by yesterday, and one of your assistants showed us a little bit about the plugin.
That's cool.
We were just blown away.
Oh, thank you.
I've recently seen a couple people that do online tutorials using this plugin, and it just, I was like, wow. You know, because there's so many EQs out there, and a lot of people get stuck in that.
Yeah, you know, what we try to do is actually to make an EQ which put the music at the center put the EQ at the center of music rather than having some curves and some technical stuff. I really wanted to be a musical EQ. It means that, you know, when people use that EQ, they have to say, oh yes, of course, it sounds great, you know, it makes sense. So we featured a lot of things to be able to control the resonance with the character parameter, for instance, to have that system for naming bands, because I think that when you do EQ, for instance, it's more about, oh, I'm gonna change that, you know, that attack. I'm gonna change that that brightness in the sound, and not, oh, I'm gonna add 6 dB at 10K or whatever. You know, I want people to think about music, about sound as characteristics and as music rather than that technique. So yeah, that's mainly the spirit. Was musical, intuitive, and very quick.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. As far as the plugin works, is there anything you could show us? Any special features that are different from
I
this
can
plugin?
show you a couple of features right now.
That would be great.
Awesome.
Please, by all means.
So, the main idea of AirEQ is the main thing is the character. So the character allows you to change the shape of the equalization filter. So if you change the character, it's gonna change the shape and change, actually you'll be able to adjust the resonances of your EQ curve. So that's very interesting because, for instance, on the water, you're gonna have a very smooth and very transparent EQ, and it's gonna allow you to remove all the bad resonances that you have at the top of the curve usually. And in the neutral mode, so let's have a little steeper boost. What you see here with the fire mode is actually, it's smoother at the top, but at the same time more focused at the bottom. So it's very interesting, you know, to boost a snare drum when you want the sound to really hit hard, and at the same time not to change too much thing on the sides of the EQ. Also, we have a great thing. This is the strengths. The strengths is the kind of dry-wet parameter, and it allows you to blend in the dry and wet signals. So for instance, I'm gonna do a kind of a random EQ here, and if you take a look at the frequency response, you're gonna be able to blend in the EQ like that. So it's very quick, it's very easy to adjust the whole amount of your EQ. One thing also to me which is very important is the ability to actually switch off the analyzer and the curve, because to me, I mean, equalizing should be done by ear, right? And that's why also we made a system of presets. So for instance, if I take a drum bus presets, it's flat. Well, why flat, you're going to tell me? Well, if you look a little closer, you're going to see some names of the bands, and I designed those presets so each band represents, you know, a characteristics of of the sound you're processing of the track. So it's very, very cool, you know, when you need to do a pre-mix or for teaching or for whatever, it's very quick, and this way you can really mix without the analyzer. And if ever you need the analyzer, for instance, if you adjust the bass, the range, and you're tweaking the bass, and you just want to check what's going on in the bass, you have to switch on the analyzer, switch off, and go back to adjusting your bass and so on. Well, we have something for that. You just have to double click on the background, and the analyzer is going to show up at the bottom. So you can have the best of both worlds. You can use the EQ in the ears mode only and not move too much your mouse. Just double click, check out, and check out the curves. So there's a lot of things that we did like that, which are really great regarding the workflow, regarding the musicality. And so far, what people say about AirEQ is, wow, it sounds so much better because the curves are really perfect. The technique, you know, people ask me at one point, is it a mastering EQ or a mixing EQ? And I tell them, well, it's both, because you know you can use that EQ, you can use AirEQ on 200 tracks because it's very low CPU. You can use AirEQ as a tracking EQ because it's zero delay, and at the same time you can use AirEQ as a mastering EQ because it always sounds perfect. You know, you don't have to choose between the zero latency mode and the high quality mode and the mid quality and not too much CPU mode. It's always the highest quality, always perfect curves, always zero delay, always CPU, so that you don't have to think about it. It's gonna sound great for whatever.
Wow, that's great. So if people want to buy this particular EQ plugin, where would they go to purchase it?
They can go to Eiosis.com. It's Eiosis.com. It's $149. It's available now, and yeah, I mean it's all formats. It's all formats, and it's a AX, AU, VST for Mac and PC.
Okay, great. We're going to be posting your website link at the top of our video. This video will be going online fairly soon.
Okay.
And I want to thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
We are Music for Today from Anaheim Convention Center 2015. My name's Ben. Check out our website if you haven't subscribed yet. Down below, hit the subscribe button, and we'll be doing future updates and more videos to come at NAMM. Thank you very much. Thank you again.
Thanks, guys.
And look forward to
I really enjoyed it.
I like to help people mix and master in headphones, and one of the big problems in that is that headphones color sound, right?
Here with Christian from Spitfire Audio, and we're really happy to have him do the interview with us.